This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And as I told you guys, I am going live once again. And this special live stream is dedicated to the people, the families um, of 9/11. Okay. What we were doing, if we were alive. I know a lot of people lost loved ones in 9/11. This is dedicated to you guys. Um, 9/11 affected the whole world. Okay. It wasn't just America, even though it happened in America. One of the rare terrorist attacks that happened, and it was probably one of the biggest that happened at that time. And these are reflections on where I was. I want to know where you guys were, um, what was going on in your world at that time, because it took everybody by surprise, and how it affected everyone overall. Okay. Because as of that day, we had people all over the world that was mourning and just really going through the times of the attack and really what happened, because, who knew? A lot of people didn't know. So I'm going to start a poll to reflect. So, Victor Reese, I was working at Eckert's Drugs. Victoria, I remember Eckert's Drugs. Used to have one off of East Texas. Man, that's a throw. Matter of fact, yeah, that used to be right besides Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, if that's the one in Bossier you're talking about. So I definitely remember. Combat God, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Salute. Fizz, hi. What do you think about the Shakur injury? I heard about it from Showbiz. He broke the news earlier today. I don't know much about it. I didn't really go into Shakur. I don't really cover Shakur, honestly. I just don't. Every once in a while I will. I think that's the reason for a lot of other channels, that they can cover other guys that I don't cover. I don't cover everybody. Would I like to? Not really. I mean, like Shakur Stevenson, if he really if something that interests me, I would cover him. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I dislike him. I just think, a lot of times, I know he's with the Turkey Al Sheikh circle now, so there will be coverage on him at some point, but I just don't know when. I guess when time permits. CJ Esperon. I had my daughter for the weekend visit and seen it on the news live in Australia. My mate joined the army because of it, and served 22 years. In fact, salute to you, as CJ Esperon. I wanted, and I was actually going to join the military after that. But then I started thinking, I was like, okay, well, how would me joining the military help do something that actually, started the war? You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do more than just join the military. I wanted to do something a lot more impactful, like, get me SEAL team, get me in the Marines, get me somewhere that I know, it's like CIA, something up, real high echelon, that I know that I could make a difference on some true intelligence, instead of like, oh, well, you go here or you're stationed there. I didn't really want that at that time, and it was crazy. At the time, I had I was how old was I? I was 21 years old. I was 21 years old in 2001. Okay. And I remember um I remember picking my daughter up that night. So I had my kid, and she wasn't even 1 years old at that time. I was in high school when the 9/11, Skrilla 50. Yeah, I could only imagine because I was out of school. You know what I mean? I had been out of school a few years then, well, college, maybe a year out of college, but then, because I graduated in 98. So 98, I was already out, sophomore year. Okay. So yeah, I remember it happened. I used to have these gnarly dreams. And I had a weird one that night, that day or whatever, because back in those days, I was still staying with my parents. I was still, knocking around. I had a job, I had a part-time job here, you know what I mean? Just doing just being a young adult. And then I woke up, and I never forget this. I woke up and I used the bathroom like I normally do. And then I come out. And it's crazy. My parents, they have this long hallway, this long hallway, and then you have to walk past my room, which was to the left, and then they're the next caddy corner up to the right. So I walked over and I was still kind of like, whatever, this dream sucked I had. So I'm kind of thinking about how jacked up this dream was, right? And then I looked and I seen them watching TV. And then my parents, they were like stood up, like they were leaned up on, in the bed. So I didn't really pay it any attention. I just walked like, right through them. Whatever, what the hell are they looking at? So I went down in my den, the den of the house, because like my parents' house is like a maze, So you go in one room, then you go down in another room, and that room is the den. So I go in and I turn the TV on, and I'm watching, and I'm like, and I turn it on, and I'm like, what? Then I run back upstairs when I see it because I seen the building with the smoldering airplane in it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what? Wow, what? So when I run upstairs, my parents, right when I get to their room, the other plane crashed because I heard my mom, look at that, look at that. And it hits and it explodes. And then both of these things just kind of swelter down. And I'm thinking, like, what is going on? What just happened? What are we looking at? Is this going on right now? Yes, it was. You know, I was sat eating my lunch in the UK when the first plane hit. They thought it might be an accident, but I remember watching a reporter on CNN and when the second plane hit and the realization hit. Yeah, under attack, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I remember the day. I don't know about how it was in the UK or wherever it was. I remember how it was in the USA. It was actually the most beautiful sunny day that you ever could imagine. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. It's September. September, the summer's almost gone. It's the summer is sweltering down. So basically what you're left with in September from the summer is the sun, you know. And in fact, in September, you have some windy days, so you have some very pleasant days. In fact, if every day could be like that day as far as weather goes, it would be perfect. You know what I mean? It was just beautiful, you know? And I was gearing to watch Felix Trinidad take on Bernard Hopkins because back in those days, Don King had, he had put together this tournament of middleweights. Okay. And they had the first tournament or the first fight in that tournament was William Joppy versus Felix Trinidad. It was hammock weather in Baltimore. What's hammock mean? So um then that was a good fight. And then we had Bernard Hopkins versus Keith Holmes, the second fight. And then we had, of course, the winner out of the two, Felix Trinidad and Bernard Hopkins take on each other, So um, that's what was happening. And in fact, because 9/11 happened, the fight was supposed to be on the 15th of September. So they had to push that back to that hammock that you lay in. Oh, It was hammock weather. Oh, how hammock. Cool, cool. Gotcha. Yeah, beautiful, bro. It was like you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. And you would think like these asses that did that, you would think like, I don't know if I want to do this on this day. But it had, of course, they had that plan to a T, and it's crazy, just pretty much caught everybody with their hands down, you know. Um, yeah, man, it was crazy. And it just made me just feel bad, and then I remember getting my kid. That I didn't get her till later in the day because remember, this is 2001. 2001, uh, I had a cell phone, but back then, dude, I was with, if you guys can remember, we had Singular Wireless. Singular Wireless was bought out by AT&T. So back then it was Singular with the little man with the little dot as a head. That was Singular Wireless, and they had what you call roaming. So we were in the rural area, so nobody really wanted because they that was a roaming area. Nobody used your cell phone out there because it was cost you like 69 cents a minute or some craziness like that. You know, so yeah, man. So it was mad crazy on that day, and it was just it was crazy. It just put everybody on ease. You seen a lot of people that were pissed, a lot of people that were mad. You know, who's to blame? Who's claiming responsibility of this day? What happened? Yeah, you had a singular phone. Yeah, 2 years before I was born, Fizz in the building. I mean, it was something to remember. I mean, you could, it was crazy. And I'm 21 years old. You know, had all this hair. I was like 165. You know, yeah, especially at that time. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was the craziness was just unreal. Um, yeah, it was just crazy stuff. You know? um, Bernard Hopkins goes to Puerto Rico, pisses off Felix Trinidad. So everybody's trying to be diplomatic because I remember that, like uh, Felix Trinidad came in as, I believe, a cop, right? Somebody else came in as a fireman. But Bernard Hopkins went to Puerto Rico and threw down the Puerto Rican flag. It's crazy. Crazy. Hopkins was lucky to make it out alive. Yeah, man. That's how they messed up. They should have mauled Hopkins. You know what I mean? Like that. That just really, because he had to get helicopter lifted out of there. But I think he was coming on helicopter anyway. So yeah, I mean, that was just dumb what he did, and he wanted to make an impact. He wanted to piss Trinidad off, and it worked. Because all Trinidad tried to do, he didn't even try to set up shots. He tried to knock him out of anger, and you don't do that. That's why Bernard knew I got him. He knew he had him because what people didn't understand about Felix Trinidad, everybody said, "Oh, he can punch with both hands." His left hook was the shot that gets you. You know what I mean? He may hit you with the right because he threw a straight right just to kind of set up the left. So it wasn't really, unless he lead it with the left hook. The right hand is the first shot, one and then two, or then one and then two. It was always that second shot because that's his power punch, the left hook. The left uppercut was pretty good too. You know what I mean? But he wanted and he exposed himself by being too angry, trying to knock out Bernard Hopkins, thus showing Bernard Hopkins that's where his power resides. So that's what Bernard did. So they pushed it to the 29th of September. And Bernard knew exactly what to do. I didn't even look into that to what happened. Even look into what happened. Okay. I was at school during 9/11, fourth grade, young. Oh, okay, Armand. So fourth grade, so that puts you what, 26, 27 now? You know? So yeah, man. But Bernard, he had Trinidad because Trinidad was pissed. Trinidad has never been that mad fighting, ever. Bernard, he wanted to do that. He wanted to piss off Trinidad because he knew Trinidad fought bad, and I guess he was right. You know, But Bernard was just too fast, too big, too strong. He was the 160-pound champion. He was going to, at that time, he beat Carlos Monzon's record with 12 title defenses at that time. You know what I mean? So it is who it is. Um, yeah. So Bernard Hopkins, yeah, he really did himself a disservice to Puerto Rican people, but at the same time, it was a great strategy. You know, I was just talking about that, how B Hop disrespected the flag. Yeah, he did. He disrespected Puerto Rico and he threw the flag down. He grabbed it and he just chunked it down. I'm like, dude, they should have hit this man with bottles, rocks, sticks, stones, everything. The whole kitchen sink. He shouldn't have got out of there alive. And then that's their fault. That's the people of Puerto Rico's fault. Y'all shouldn't have let Bernard Hopkins leave that stadium. It was a stadium, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, he really didn't even have a lot of security either. He kind of had him and a bunch of promoters and stuff around. They rushed the stage and he had to run out. Yeah, he ran out, but still, you know, that I guess the people that could have got to him couldn't get to him because they were probably in the stadium. So yeah, he got out of there though. So but they shouldn't have let him leave. And that's what he said. He said the only problem they had, they shouldn't have let me get out of there. Because he knew he was from Philly. Philadelphia, they don't care. He fights with sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. He did that for a reason. No, he did that for a reason, man. Yeah. So 9/11 was crazy, man. That was a that was a very interesting time. Very interesting time, man, to live. You know. No huddle football news. College. Okay. You're in college. Yep. I was out of college by then, but I just knew I wasn't going back. So it's like, nah, I'm not going back because I was in community college anyway. I wanted to go to Joe Kerbert's art and graphic design school up in New Jersey, which at the time nobody was going to fork the bill, and I wasn't gonna, I wasn't gonna ask my mom or nothing like that. So yeah, yeah. I did two. I did 2 years of community college and I got out. That was it. Because I was like, well, I'm not going to learn anything because I was in liberal arts for my major. So I did drawing one, drawing two, art one, art two, and then I was through. Bars. Yeah. Haha, college dropout. Yep, pretty much. I didn't finish. I thought about it, and it was like by that time I was working at the casino making more money than somebody that would have graduated in certain uh, professions anyway. So, I was just like, dude, I'm going to go to work. You know, Kurt, I would like to challenge you to a fight in the ring. Give the people what they want. Step one. Who is step one? Who are you? I want to give people what they want. Damn, they want to see it. I mean, who is step one? Who are you, step one? Unless your name is Jake Paul, then we're talking about something. You know? Jitchu. Boa. Jitchu. What is that? What's get you? Get you. Okay. He tweaking. Okay. Okay. Your worst nightmare. You're not my worst nightmare. You don't know what my worst nightmare is, pal. you know? Say, I'll fight you, step one. If it's a fight you are looking for, combat God in the building. Dang. Okay, Lord Gilliman. I was eating my lunch in the UK when the first. Oh, yeah, I got that one already. Gotcha. Armand, Chicago for get your goody ass out of here. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, goofy. Yeah, we're talking about 9/11. He's talking, I'm your worst nightmare. Step one. Okay, step one. Yeah. Okay, let's see. All right, so we'll let the votes we'll let the votes accumulate. Let's hit that like button as we come in. So yeah, man, I remember that day very, very well. You know, he better be careful because he'll step his ASS out of here. He's pretty good. You know what I noticed though? Like for the last few like lives, I've been flagged. Like yesterday when I went to the gym, if you guys were in, I got flagged for Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, because you know that like you're in a gym, so it's real loud, and I guess the people that work out there like the music all loud naturally because they're working out and they want some motivation. But then they got me for that. The day before that, they flagged me for something else, like the live stream before that. The live stream before that, like which was like Saturday, they got me, and I'm thinking like, dude, like, and then they each had to. No, it's not a strike. It's not a strike. What they did was I just had to share the revenue with them, with Pearl Jam, with whatever it made, whatever the live stream made. Yeah, man. And it's like they've been yellow check, yellow check, yellow check, and I'm like, dude. And each time they go for a review, except for the one last night, it was okay. They cleared it, but by that time, it doesn't matter because nobody's watching a live stream really after the fact. You know what I mean? Nobody's really watching it. So it doesn't make any money, you know. So I'm not even that's why I'm not trying. I'm not saying any curse words or anything like that. Flag the account in step one, an AI or oh good. Yeah. Be careful because he'll step his ASS out of yep. If you see any like Skrilla 50, if you see anything kind of strange, just get him out of here, man, because I think what it is, like my channel's being attacked by bots. And it's crazy. 4 years ago, around this time, in September, by the way, I was copyright striked out. If you guys can remember, like this time 4 years ago, I had no channel. I had to create another channel, Counterpunch Boxing News round two, if you guys can remember, you know, and it was crazy because like I fought like the Dickens because I had like over 40,000 subscribers then, so I have twice as many now. But I started another channel because of that, right? And it was crazy because um they were just trying to shut my channel down. Well, even when it came back, it was nothing like where it was now. And I think I got a strike back in May, which I think it's gone now. But nonetheless, I think I need to recruit some more admin. So if you guys are interested in being an admin of the channel to monitor certain things that's going on, let me know. Because I don't really have time. I want to clean the channel up because I didn't fight hard to get it back and, get a lawyer. And I had to get a lawyer and all this just to just to clear what really happened with my account because they were sending copyright strikes. And YouTube was allowing it because I guess it was under the some kind of whatever. But none long story short, um I got the channel back. And what I've noticed now, like the live streams now versus how they used to be, it's like night and day. It's like I know that people are not getting my notifications. You guys are probably just happen to come on here and see that, hey, I'm on. I got 31 people on here as opposed to almost 90,000 subscribers. That doesn't even make sense. So, I really wish I had time to help and be effective. Well, the CNN surprise to CNN breaking news. YouTube blocks any complaints. Well, I'm just trying to see like what I could do. Maybe I could reach out to YouTube because the notifications aren't getting through. And it has to be more than algorithms because if you have subscribers, why would you need algorithms? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't need that back then. You know, I don't get notifications when you're live on YouTube. See, that's impossible. That's crazy. They don't want to see you winning. They don't. They flag all the lives. It's crazy. They flag all the lives. All these lives have been flagged. The one today I did about Daniel Dubois didn't get flagged. But what I notice is this is the jacked up part. If it's over a certain amount of views, let's say the one I did Saturday was probably close to 5,000 views. You know, and that's not bad for just a live that I go live with. That gets flagged. It's almost like anything that's over a certain amount gets flagged. You know, so like everybody that comes on, I wish I could, even when I'm gonna tell you, the members, you know, because it's like this. If you don't like the channel, just unsubscribe. You don't have to stay subscribed and then you don't hear because when people say, I'm gonna subscribe to your channel, I'm like, don't bother if you don't watch boxing. If you don't watch boxing, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's good to purge because there's a lot of people that probably even don't watch boxing no more or whatever. That may be a percentage, but how big of a percentage? So if you have someone or you have guys or subscribers that don't even get notifications, you don't even give them the opportunity when they've went out of their way to subscribe and hit the bell icon to support the channel. That doesn't even make sense. Meanwhile, you got one channel over here with 11,000 on live, and it doesn't even make sense because that's catering to one channel. So yeah. Do people report you a lot, or is it all algorithm flags? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. When someone complains about it, they flag it. Ah, okay. So I don't know why people would complain about my channel. It's a boxing channel. It automatically hits all bells now, I believe. Well, that's the problem all by itself because if that's the case, that means that I'm really not getting the notifications from my subscribers. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, they really need to look at my account and update it or whatever because, that's just not cool, you know. And like I know for the last 9, and this is the crazy part. Last year, we didn't work as actors and stunt performers. Nobody, and anybody in the film industry for 9 months from March to December, nobody worked unless it was probably some kind of, non-union film, which we don't supposed to do anyway if we're union performers or actors, right? If you're in SAG after, you don't supposed to work. Well, here's the thing, okay? The thing about that was, why was it that I got less notifications, people didn't see my stuff, and I did more content because I wasn't working? That didn't make no sense to me. And I'm like, okay, that's stupid. Like, so I want to do something, reach out to someone about something, holler at somebody higher up at YouTube and wonder like, hey, I got all these, subscribers and like we got 22 people here. That's just crazy. You know what I mean? And even if, okay, I understand it is what 2 in the morning in the UK. I understand that. Or is it 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning? 3 in the morning in the UK. I understand a lot of people are asleep. However, um, that doesn't excuse the audience from America. So you mean to tell me, like, okay, I have over 20 some odd thousand subscribers from the US. That means nobody is up. And it's like what? It's like 9:10. It's 9 o'clock at night. I do, but I have a lot of American subs too. Let me see how many subs I have. Let's check it out. In America. Okay, so Audience. Okay, so we have the audience. Let's go to the geographic. Okay, now here's the thing. United Kingdom, 41%. That used to be way close to 50. United States, 18%. Okay. Nigeria, 67%. Okay. So, all right. So we're breaking it down from continent. I mean, that's, Canada, Australia, Germany, South Africa, Ireland, New Zealand, Netherlands. Okay. So 18%. What's 18% of 90,000? That's 16,000 subscribers. So you mean to tell me out of 16,000 subscribers, you know, it's crazy. Out of 16,000 subscribers, you have, I mean, that's not a great ratio. That's a terrible ratio. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. for me right now. Fizz, counterpunch to you. It's not only you. Haha, hey, Armand. Yeah, Nigeria's coming up, man. They're coming up. Like Nigeria is 6.7. That's a lot. So, what's 6% of 90,000? That's 5,400. So it's over 5,000 subscribers in Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria in the building. You know, what if they don't use YouTube anymore? They may not, but then who stops using YouTube? You know what I mean? YouTube is a standard video app. That's why Google bought them, because Google couldn't compete with YouTube, so they bought YouTube. Some people change their social media platforms preferences. Sometimes, but not that many people at one time. Not that many people. TikTok, yeah. TikTok, yeah. You know, everyone uses YouTube, bro. Everybody uses YouTube, though. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube is like a huge platform, and it took me years to get this many people. I used to be on Facebook. Guys like Ring IQ and IOTBA, and you know what I mean? A lot of those guys were coming from Facebook. We all came from Facebook. We had Facebook accounts and we did videos on Facebook. Until I decided one day, look, I can't do any more free Facebook ads, so I have to change, and that's what happened. Cable news is on YouTube now. Yeah, I mean, dude, YouTube is still the platform. You know what I mean? That's just no, no. Where did they run to? Word of the day. Where did they go? Facebook fell off big time. Yeah, nobody cares about Facebook. I hardly even look at Facebook. Ghost accounts exist too. That sucks. That sucks much. But yeah, I mean, 3 years ago, the channel was, a million views, million and a half views a month. Now it's like 700,000 a month. It's crazy. You know. But most of the people now, out of 45 votes, 44% was at home. Guy ran to Brooklyn on the bridge unless he was lying. You were on an algorithm. Well, I need to get back on it or something, because that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, them flagging stuff though, that's just not cool, bro. And especially if there's over 3 or 4 thousand, it's just not cool. They're just flagging shit. You know, they must be a way. Yep, there must be a way. I don't know. You grind a lot. Going boxing is a part of you. Yeah, but it's like you grind and then you're getting less results from what you do. It's very discouraging. It really is. You're doing 5 or 6 videos a day, and then you're looking around. It's like, okay, what's going on? Don't forget, 2 or 3 years ago, more people were at home receiving unemployment. Watch your vids. No, here's the thing, Topentine. People weren't at in 2020 when everybody was at home. That was one of the lesser amounts of when people did. Some people were at home, but not everybody. Not everybody was at home. So I didn't really get a lot then. I was at home last year and I didn't get a lot. So I don't, I can't go on that either. See, exactly. You wasn't home, you was working. So, it is what it is, man. A lot were remote. I was remote. Well, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I'll reach out to YouTube and it's like, hey, like what's the deal? Because I'm not really receiving much. It ain't like something I've changed. If anything, the quality's different because I know how to do more. Since you know how to do more, you put more into your videos. You put more into your videos. There you go. Instead of just, hey, this is Kurt DeVille signing off. Yada 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 yada. Okay, peace. It's like now you do more and then you're getting less. I just find that crazy. If you save the breaking news for crazy, crazy news, then you'll get a lot more news, but might be too late. Well, breaking news is breaking news. Sometimes I put breaking, but I've really calmed down on that because, and I think that was implemented simply because it's like, hey, you guys really need to check this out because this is very interesting, because it's all new news. So, but yeah, but if you look like breaking news, I did one of them today. You know what I mean? One yesterday because Anthony Fowler broke the news about AJ getting Jello legged by Danny Dubois. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's clickbait at all. Like, hey, AJ, no, it was an eyewitness that claimed, no, I saw AJ. This cat got hurt and he could have got finished off, but Rob McCracken stepped in like a ref. So it is what it is. You know, Seems YouTube is more into shorts now. They give more notifications now than ever. Yeah, I think that's what it is, the shorts. And I don't do a lot of shorts, because they don't make a lot of money. But you get a lot of subscribers, you know. Yeah, Kurt After Dark. What's up, Jay Roos Theory in the building? What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Where were you 9/11? That's the TikTok generation. Yeah, you got these kids that don't really look. Their attention span is very, very short. So shorts are like, anybody can stay around for like 30 seconds and look at something. Oh man, that was cool. They may look at it 2 or 3 times. You know, I was in the library. Okay. I was at home and my mom told me what happened. Crazy. But I can tell you this, it was crazy too. I got my daughter, and then I was all, real protective. Rest in power to those lost due to 9/11. Jim C, absolutely, man. This is what this live stream was mostly about. I just kind of went on a rant on how things are not where they were. You know. Yeah, man, that was horrible. It was a horrible thing. It was a horrible situation. It's people that actually lied about that, man. It was crazy. They actually lied about that. So yeah, let's see. And I think when they started doing the lives and stuff, the shorts that are live, it was crazy. Hold on a second. Gen Alpha finna be the saviors. Gen X and Z can't sit to watch a movie. I took them the two. They kept standing up. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. To me, New York lost something after that. Like a portal was open and something's changed. Similar with COVID. I went to New York and I seen Ground Zero. And I think when did I go there last time? I went there in 2000. Jesus, it was 2017 when I went because I was working on Luke Cage, and I remember going there. I mean, it's just like a big hole they made out of a fountain, and they have names on the fountain, just all these names. And I'm assuming the names were the people that sacrificed their lives or died in that incident. Yeah, it's a huge, it just shows you how big that those city blocks were. Yeah, COVID-19 was terrible too. That was just bad up there. And I remember when like, well, I think it was me and Blue Blood, we became kind of close at that time. Closer because he was saying like because people were saying that, oh, this is a hoax, and he's like, no, it's not. I'm seeing bodies bagged up on top of each other. There's trucks of morgues of trucks that are going by that have dead bodies in it. Something's happening, so don't tell me nothing's happening. And I just don't like the whole idea of someone, no, that didn't happen. Like that bugs me because it's like how do you know it didn't happen? It's crazy. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's dying. Think that's a hoax. Imagine something happened in your hometown, and there was a lot of people dead and dying, and then you read on the television, and oh no, that didn't happen. They're just yeah. I thought you were beefing with Blue. No, we beef like dude. I haven't beefed with Blue probably since 2020, 21. Yeah, we were, and it really wasn't even Blue. I mean, we got into it um over stuff, but I really didn't have any animosity towards him. And the weird thing, it wasn't even really with the LDBC. It was with the guys that were affiliated with the LDBC. Me and Blue, I don't know how big Blue is. I think he's shorter, smaller. He's a smaller cat. I'm a much bigger guy. Won't ban you for having a different opinion. No, he won't. I mean, a lot of times, uh, my whole thing was, matter of fact, I'm taking this in here along with my lemon water, taking it in the living room. I get kind of claustrophobic at times. You know, I don't like small places. Right? So, so Blue Blood won't ban you. Okay. Yeah, that's lame when they ban you for disagreeing. Well, they did more than that. Oh, they did more than that. Because you know me. Um, I stopped like counterpunching videos a long time ago. I stopped doing it because it was like um it just got too time consuming. You're a big dude. Why would you like why would you like Picanu? I don't know what Picanu is. If you if you not agree with him, he kick you out. No, dude, I don't even know who's still a part of the LDBC besides 78 Sports TV, which I've never had an issue with. I've never heard him say anything about me or my channel. Um, and Blue Blood Sports TV. I don't really know the rest of them. You know, Michael Buffer, the LDBC reported on someone channel, and the channel got taken down. Well, it depends. That wasn't me, even though they shut my channel. Not they, but Dante's Boxing Nation did. They did. Him and his buddy. And I don't really hear about them at all anyway. So, I mean, I hear very little about them. So, I don't follow them. I don't think they follow me, but they did. People tried to. So, it is what it is. I mean, people, if I was a smaller channel, they probably wouldn't even cared. But they knew, well, wait a minute. This guy has 20, 30,000 view videos talking about how he disagrees with what we got to say. We need to get him out of here. He's a threat. He's a threat. Get him out, please. So, yeah. But no, man, in 2017, I went and I seen the 9/11 Ground Zero. It was pretty, though. It was beautiful. But then again, it was kind of sad because what was once there. And terrorists been trying to get rid of that shit since the early 90s. Because remember, that wasn't the first attack that they tried to put on those buildings. Not at all. Right? Not at all, man. So 48% says you guys were at home, 28% says you was at work, 20% says you were in the streets, 3% was at the airport. That's crazy. That's crazy. You was at the airport, man. You know. I wonder what that was. I'm like, what the hell is that? Huh. So, yeah, man. So, I mean, the reflection of this day is pretty important day for world history. My heart goes out to each and everybody that was there. I got a lot of work to do, honestly. I got to work on more content. We got to do some Canelo stuff, So Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. That's the fight this weekend. So you guys stay tuned. We're going live for that. So, I got to find a way to reach out to YouTube because this is actually ridiculous because now I'm looking at the live, right? The live stream right now. And what I notice is I think it's been flagged too for some reason. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, so again, I'm accepting admins. Okay, so I need more admins to take care of riffraff, like my mom says, to take them out. But I'm glad you guys did stop by and respect the channel and the topic. But you guys be blessed. I hope everybody has a great day, a great night, and everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.